All right, let's talk about Young Lust. It's a song number 9 on the first CD at Pink Floyd's The Wall. And it starts out, this kind of hurts. It starts out, Waters, or Pink as he is in the opera, is in the US on tour, and he calls back to the UK to talk to his wife at home. And the operator is mediating the call, it's a collect call, and a man answers the phone. And she says, I have a call coming from the United States. And the man immediately hangs up. And she denotes that he hangs up, and they call back again, and the man answers the phone again and hangs up immediately. The point is, Waters is trying to call his wife, and she's not answering the phone. Another man is. And it becomes quite clear that she is committing adultery. And here we have, you guessed it, another brick in the wall. So that response, Young Lust, is sort of a response to that betrayal when we see Waters like developing as a young man, developing as an artist, but at the same time being hit with these trials and these tribulations, trying to figure out who he is. And he says in his lyrics, he says, I'm just a new boy. He says, I'm just a new boy, a stranger in this town, sort of new to the whole rock scene. And he says, where are all the good times? And who's gonna show this stranger around? You know, he wants to know, someone help me through this. I guess someone's been through this before. He says, I need a dirty woman, I need a dirty girl. Now this is interesting because in the lyrics of the song Mother, the mother just told him in no uncertain terms she was going to be the filter between him and any girl that he went out with. The helicopter mom was going to take care of all that, and now he finds out, I'm going to rebel against that. I'm going to take what was denied me, even the choice. And he says, I need a dirty woman, I need a dirty girl. He's going to take his pain of the betrayal of his wife, and he's going to immerse himself in his sexual immorality. He's going to find a way to ease that pain, if only temporarily. He said, will some cold woman in this desert land make me a free man? Will he make me a real man? Show me how to be a real man. And this is what he's looking for. I want to know how to be a real man. Remember, he doesn't have a man to tell him how to be a real man, and he's looking for that definition. He's looking for a sexual liaison to make him feel like a real man. He says, take this rock and roll refugee and set me free. So you can tell he's at this point in his career and his experience in life where he's kind of feeling his way through it, but he defines himself. Remember, he said, I'm just. First 2 words in the song, I'm just. And whenever we begin to settle who we are and compromise who we are or belittle who we are, I'm just. You can tell right away he sees himself less than who he actually can be or is. And he's also labeled himself. When we start labeling ourselves, maybe you do this, you're in trouble. He says, I'm a rock and roll refugee. It's just some picture of some celebrity just trying to find his way, and he's fenced in this foreign land, not really knowing what it's all about. He's this alien stranger trying to figure it all out. He's hurt by who he hurt. You know, his wife, I don't know if you know this or not, but adultery usually isn't on the onset sexual. It's usually looking for a need to be met in our life, non-sexual need that we express sexually. Sure, Waters had sure he did, don't we all? I'm not here to judge Roger Waters, but we all contribute in relationships things that ultimately lead them to their demise. It takes 2 to make mistakes, and he probably had his share. And he's open enough to sing about it, so I guess I'm open enough to talk about it. He answers this pain that he's got in his life by causing an even greater pain. He's not fully a man yet. By his own admission, he's a boy, and he's a new one at that, and a stranger, and he's bringing to his relationships an incomplete person. Maybe he's an 1/8, maybe he's a 16th, maybe he's a quarter, maybe he's a half a man. But he's bringing that into dysfunctional relationships with dirty women, dirty girls who they themselves, obviously by the label, aren't who they need to be. And when 2 fractions get together, as small as they are, you're not going to have a whole. And this begins this spiraling turmoil, this vortex of dissension that we see. And remember now, another brick in the wall. The mother, the father, the school teachers, the betrayal, the loss of his wife. And he's singing, he's sharing that pain with us through the building of a wall that's going to protect him. His ego defense mechanism called the wall is protecting him from further pain. But at the same time, is it not also facilitating pain? Interesting. Let's move on to the next song. That was Young Lust.
Hello, yes, I got a call from Mrs. Floyd from Mr. Floyd. Do you accept the charge from United States?